The late adopter. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to a new Bitcoin video, and unfortunately we are experiencing worst case scenario. We dumped yesterday like 7-8% towards the downside. How much was it actually? It was something like 7.65% on the downside, and right now we are sitting below these very two important support levels, 20 and 50 moving average on the daily time frame. Unfortunately, we are also making a lower low down here. There was also some kind of triangle that we have been experiencing up here. It depends on how you draw it, of course. You can see here we are out of everything, and technically this is the worst case scenario that could have happened right now, and it is happening right now. So what's comes next, guys? What comes next? Are we dumping more down? Are we going up? Are we gonna recover from this? It all depends. It all depends. I still don't see any kind of big dump just yet. Yes, we have fallen through very important levels of resistance, like you see here. This was also a trend line that we tried to hold. We fell through that, but on the bottom side we got something like this. I think it goes something like this over here, and even that is getting broken. Now, of course, there is several ways to draw these lines. You can draw it something like this, then technically we are holding it. You can also use the bottom wicks and stuff like that, then we are broken it. But however you look at it, however you draw these lines on the downside, trend lines, it doesn't look that optimistic, to tell you the least. Doesn't matter what's happening, what has happened. We want to know what is gonna happen and where are the next support levels kicking in. So let's go to the weekly time frame and see how on the weekly time frame this looks. Today is Friday, so we still got something like 2 days left. 2 days left for this candle over here to close, but it already looks like it's gonna be a major rejection of the 10 moving average. That's the white line, 10 moving average on the weekly time frame. And if we get this rejection on the weekly time frame, we can experience more downside. Now, how can this actually play out so that we you know, get some kind of bullishness going on? Now this 10 moving average is gonna continue going something like this. If we can manage to, you know, hug the moving average, 10 moving average, you know, for a week or two, and then maybe jump above it, that would be insanely bullish. That would be insanely bullish. On the other hand, if we continue dumping on the downside down here below this level down here at 36,000, give or take, if we just continue fast dump towards these levels down here, that can be a bad thing. But it will be too fast. I think still it's gonna be a little bit too fast. And even if we get back down to 36 levels, there is a big probability that we will get supported there and maybe even bounce off of those levels. But the way I'm hoping right now, I'm hoping for, you know, just hugging the 10 moving average from the below side, like something like over here. You can see we are hugging it, but we are hugging it from the you know, bottom side down here. If you continue hugging it from the bottom side, the probability that, you know, you will eventually break it on the upside gets higher every time. So that's like the bullish scenario that I'm looking at right now that can play out, because I've seen it a lot of times before. You have this rally towards the upside, you hit some kind of resistance, you fail to break the resistance towards the upside, but you kind of hug the resistance on the bottom side, something like this. And if you can do that, probability to break it eventually, you know, rises every time. So that's what I'm looking for right now. Now that said, you can see here this resistance level at 43,000 never got broken. That's the 10 moving average. So right now on the downside, we got 39,000 again. We got to the previous level that we put down at 36,000, and those are the like two most important levels. Maybe even this one down here at 38,000. You can see that there is, you know, there is some. There are some support lines around 4% down and 6% down that can actually hold us, you know, hold us up. You can also see that these two support levels corresponds very nicely with this top up here. Where is the top up there? Something like this. So you can see in this area right over here between the 39,000 and 38,000, this area here, it's a pretty decent support right now. Also on the 4-hourly time frame, you can see that we got support here on the 200 moving average. Right now we broke through that, but you know, we're trying to climb back above it. Doesn't matter how this still looks like it's in a downtrend, so I'm expecting these levels 38 39 levels to be hit again. Unfortunately, I'm expecting these levels to be hit again. I don't think this dump that's happening right now on the daily time frame is finished. I don't think it's finished. I'm not quite sure that we can, you know, just bounce right back out of it on the upside. I think it's more likely to actually go back to these levels down here again. test these support levels down here and then maybe bounce off of these supports. So right now I'm looking for more downside than some kind of bounce towards the upside. Of course, anything can happen. We just had a dump of 8% yesterday, so you know, our bounce can always happen. You know, I could be wrong, but the way I see it, it is bearish times, and the way I see it, I think this should go around 38,000 down into this range to find some kind of support levels. If you can manage to get some kind of support levels, maybe eventually, you know, over time we'll manage to climb back out of that. But right now it does look like we should be seeing an you know, more move towards downside. That's gonna be around between something like 3%, 3 and 6%, give or take, on the downside, more towards the support area, at least on the short term. Long term, it does not look good at all, but like we said, the 10 moving average, and if you can manage to hug the 10 moving average, maybe we can, you know, eventually jump above the 10 moving average and, you know, start climbing towards the upside. But you know, everything is bearish, everything looks crap, so you know, that's what you get, that's what you get. Either way, altcoins did fall also down like 8-10% something. Some altcoins even fell more yesterday than today, but that's normal, and that's, you know, what we are kind of expecting. We are still above the trend line. If you look at the trend line up here, let me just clear up everything up here. We are still above, technically we are still above the trend line, and over here there's a trend line, you can see here, and this trend line is around 38,000 levels. So let me do it like this. Okay, and just let me clear everything up here so we can have the support levels. And if you pull out the trend line up here on the daily time frame, you'll see that this trend line is you know, in confluence with these levels up here, these support levels. So it can definitely, let me just move this one up here. So these levels can definitely hold as a support, and we might just get, you know, nice you know, support up here, and maybe after that we might see another move towards the upside. But it's never good to see an, you know, 8% drop on the downside. So what's gonna happen is hard to say, but I think, you know, in the very short term, a little bit more towards downside to the next support level, and then we hopefully hold that support level. Thanks for watching. Come back tomorrow, same time, same place. I'll tell you what's gonna happen next. See you guys. Yeah, bye bye.